Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Junk Art. Junk Art is a very different game to those that I've previously done. This game is about building. It is a dexterity game. It is a stacking stuff on top of itself type of game. There's very few games that I personally have that are like this, but I really enjoy it. I really like Junk Art. Junk Art came out, I believe it was last year, 2017. And please comment below if you have come across this beforehand. That's what it says on the box, so I'll assume that's the case. I have the hardwood version. I believe there's a plastic version as well, so it's a bit cheaper to get the plastic version. I prefer a wood version because there's a bit more weight to it. This game plays between 2 and 6 players. If you go on to watch my other videos, you'll see that I'm doing a playthrough of one of the games that requires each person to take turns. Quite often, there's in this game, there's a whole bunch of different versions of the game. So you're going to a different city, and that city will tell you what the rules are. So the rules are actually different depending what city you're in. So in the playthrough video, I have used one of the playthroughs that allows me to just be one of the players at a time, and it works its way around the table. Most of my games of this have included a couple of times when we're all working at exactly the same time, or we're racing each other, and that doesn't really work so good on a just me kind of thing. This is a really different game to every other game that I've done, simply because you're taking a card, you're picking up the picture of what's on the card, so a little block, and you're putting it on top of the other blocks. Really different. The closest I've got is probably Hamster Roll, and Hamster Roll is a different game again. If you look at someone playing this on the table, it looks like it's a game that's built for young players. So really young people just kind of stacking things up. But it's the game that whenever I've brought it out, anyone who hasn't played it before has really loved the game. I think it's because it is different. This is put out by Pretzel Games, which also put out the Flick 'em Up series. In this box, there is a city that you go to or can go to that includes some of the parts from Flick 'em Up. I don't own Flick 'em Up. I do own Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter. It bugs me. It really bugs me that in order to play the entirety of this game, I'm going to need to get Flick 'em Up. And I don't think I'm ever going to get Flick 'em Up. I don't think I'm ever going to use that one card. But it annoys me that that card is there. I understand from a publisher's point of view, I'm going to include this so that people will possibly buy this other game as well. But I kind of have that other game as well, but a better version of it. And the better version isn't included in this. That's just me. That's my own gripes, my own problems, I guess, of these games that do this, and not many games do it. From a publisher point of view, I really see the value in doing it, in including a card that can be played if you also own this, because it gives momentum to go out and get that. And you know what? If I didn't already own the Dead of Winter version of Flick 'em Up, I may well have gone and bought Flick 'em Up just so I could play that card as well. That's just me. That's my internal headspace. That's me being a completionist and all that stuff that lots of people tend to be in this hobby of board games. I mean, why do we all own game collections that look like this? Because we're completionists. We kind of start in and we just buy everything, and then suddenly we have not enough space to put it all. And that's just who we are, or at least that's just who I am. You may well be the same, you may be different, you may be looking at me going, why are you talking about this one card? This one card that's going to make no difference to whether you play or not. It's one of my little bugbears. In terms of this game, I really, really like this game. Since I bought this game, I have had maybe 5 or 6 games of it already, and that is different to most of the games that I tend to do videos of. I tend to do videos of games that I've played once or twice, because I'm trying to get the video out really quickly. This one I've been sitting on for a while because I wasn't quite sure how to do the actual video. That's the only reason I've been sitting on this one. And it turns out I've just played it and played it and played it, and I've really enjoyed it. Every time it's been played, I've really enjoyed that game. The essence of the game, because it's different every time, is different enough to change how I play each time. I guess the negative of it that I have noticed is that if you're winning by the end of the second turn, generally you'll find that you'll probably win the game, depending on what that third card is. Generally, I find that the person who's kind of been winning the first two will generally win the first. Win the third, even if they don't win the third, they'll still win the game. And that's just depends on the combination of cards or the combination of cities that you're going to. But it tends to be a bit of this person's doing really well and they're really hard to beat or really hard to catch up to once they find that gap, I guess, that you'll find on the second game. But that's just been my experience. You may find that it's very different for you. You may find that there's something dexterous about the game that makes it harder for some people to play, makes it easier for other people to play. And that dexterousness, that differentness to the game really lends itself into people who have that dexterous ability to move things around or balance things really well. And look, if you're someone who doesn't, then you may find that you don't really like this game, but you may find you do like the game at the same time. Really hard one to call, because everyone I've come across who, as I said before, they do like it. I don't know if I've come across anyone who's really dexterously enabled. I'll leave it there. I'll let you have a look at it. I think that the actual production of the game itself is quite good. It's straightforward, but it's good. Everything sits really nicely. Bear in mind, the wooden version, because of the way wood relates to itself, I did have to actually ask the publishers to send me out a new version of 3 different pieces in this game. It's very rare for me to have to do that, but I did because they're really bent. So it's something to just kind of keep in mind, that the wooden version will bend, the plastic version won't bend. The wooden version, however, has a bit more weight to it, or at least it feels like it should probably have some more weight to it than the plastic version does. I'll leave it there. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.